And good morning, everybody, and thank you very much for participating to a life changer event in your life, right? ඔගලගේ ජීවිතේ පරිවර්තනයක් කරා යන ගමනක ආරම්භයකට හැමෝම සාදරයෙන් පිළිගන්නවා, right? Now, why do I call this a life changer is because I remember it's 20 years back that I completed my postgraduate diploma in marketing at Slim. So it is 20 years back that I have completed my marketing in Slim, right? අවසර 20කට පෙර තමයි මම මගේ postgraduate diploma in marketing program ඉවර කරේ. එතනින් සිටන් මම සෑහෙන ගමනක් ජීවිතය විදලා තියෙනවා, අත්දැකලා තියෙනවා, ලබලා තියෙනවා ශ්‍රී ලංකා අලෙවි කරන ආයතනය තුලින්, right? ඉතින් මම ඕගලන් හැමෝටම කියනවා මේක ඕගලන්ට මහඟු අවස්ථාවක් ඕගලන්ගේ ජීවිතේ පරිවර්තනය කරගන්න. හරි? අලවිකරණ ආයතනයේ ඉගෙනුම ලබන එක විතරක් නෙමෙයි ඔයගලට තියෙන අවස්ථාව ඕගලන්ට අවස්ථාව ලැබෙනවා අලවිකරණ ආයතනයත් එක්ක වෙන දේවල් වලට සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න. ඉතින් මම අලවිකරණ ආයතනයත් එක්ක පෝස්ට් ග්‍රැජුවේට් ඩිප්ලෝමා එක කරා විතරක් නෙමෙයි ඊට පස්සේ අලවිකරණ ආයතනයේ සභාපති වෙන්නත් මට වාසනාව ලැබුණා. හරි? So you get a lot of opportunities to get involved in Slim, like I said, right? And I did it, and I also had the opportunity to become the president of Slim, right? So what you have to do is take this opportunity as a golden opportunity, right? And as a student in your journey of it is going to be close to 1.5 to 2 years, right? In your journey, get involved in other activities at Slim, because in marketers and in today's profession, the most important thing is networking, getting to know each other and build relationships, right? That only builds people's businesses to the next level, right? So I tell you a message you will get. I had the privilege of working with Mr. Govindasamy when he was the president of the Sri Lanka Chamber of Pharmaceutical Industries. He's a so multi-talented individual that I have seen, a practical leader, right, who never boast of himself, but his results itself shows who he is, right? All of you all know today, I think if there's anyone in this audience who doesn't know about Sunshine Holdings, I don't think so. Anyone will know what Sunshine is today as a group. It is Mr. Govindasamy's leadership that brought these companies all together. Because if you know, Vatavalla Plantations, then Lanka Medicals, which was the #1 pharmaceutical distributor in Sri Lanka, and who I think still they are the #1 pharmaceutical distributor, right? Then you can see the Health Guard, the pharmacy channel, which is again one of his brainchilds. He got all these under one umbrella, right? And he has made the clusters in such a way that his company runs so smoothly that he also has time to render his services to the country. And now he's also the president of the Ceylon Chamber and so many other institutes I know, right? So you guys, all of you participating today will get so much of value from this gentleman, which is how he looks at marketers, because these are the type of leaders that you have to convince in the future as young marketers. Remember that these are the type of leaders who will be making decisions in the country, right? So it is very important for you all to know how it's not just having a qualification, but how to behave as a marketer, right? How did he behave in situations? He's a person who has never given excuses, but also always delivered results, right? So he will say the shortcomings he had, and also how he came out of it. Because if you see during turbulent times, right, Sunshine Holdings has always recorded unbelievable achievements, right? So this is a great opportunity for all of you. So just a brief introduction about the speaker. Then going on to other activities that you can get at Slim is, please get involved in most of the other activities at there. The student association will be there, right? Then there's so many other programs happening at Slim, right? So I urge you, right? මම ඔයගලන්ට බැගෑපත් ඉල්ලන්නේ ඒ වගේ වැඩසටහන් වලට ඔයගලන් සහභාගී වෙන්න. ඒකෙන් තමයි ඔයගලන්ට මේ ඔබ මේ සිලෙක්ට් කරලා තියෙන අධ්‍යාපන පාඨමාලාවේ උපරිම ප්‍රයෝජන ගන්න පුළුවන් කවදා හරි ඔයගලන් ඒ තත්වයට ගියොත්, right? So I don't take much of time because this is super speaker to talk to, and there is so much you can learn from him, right? You can contact me anytime if you have any doubts about the postgraduate diploma program or anything. I'm ready to help any one of you in my level. But since I don't want to keep Mr. Govindasamy waiting, I wish you all the best and warmly welcome Subodha to start this wonderful session with this great gentleman who is an inspiration for all of us and a great leader. Over to you, Subodha. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Edward. Thank you very much for your welcome speech, and thank you very much for the wonderful introduction to Mr. Vish Govindasamy. Now it is time to move on with the discussion or the conversation. A very good morning to Mr. Govindasamy. Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, even I do a little bit of research about yourself, and I came across this. I joined as the CEO to turn around a plantation company that was privatized by the government of Sri Lanka. Today, the company is the most profitable plantation company in Sri Lanka with the highest market cap. So this proves everything what Dr. Edward mentioned. So there is no need of an introduction, sir. So therefore, can you start with defining yourself? How do you define yourself, sir?
Anyway, first of all, thank you, Slim, for inviting me for this session today. And I'm very humbled. I don't have the heart to say no to Dr. Pradeep. I always admired his hard work and what he has done. And I must also congratulate the 320 young people who have taken up a Sunday morning. That tells me that there is 320 young, energetic, and people who are interested in making a difference in their life. Not all youngsters today will come for a program on a Sunday morning. So I think it's a good start. That gives me confidence that the youth of Sri Lanka is really looking forward to making a difference. Your question of defining myself, I would define myself, say, a hard worker. I don't take no for an answer. I don't easily give up. I believe in building a team. There was a lot of stuff spoken about my success. I don't think it's anything to do with me as a person, but it is to do with the teams that I built. So you have to give leadership for the team. You have to pick the right people. I always talk about the 5 fingers. If you take your 5 fingers, they're not all the same size. They're all different size. If all these fingers are the same size, then you can't do anything with it. Just try it, right? So you need 5 different size fingers to hold something, do something with it. So life is like that. When you pick a team, you will have, one person who has some talent, another person with another talent. You have to, as a leader, put together all these talents and make sure something comes good out of it. And that's what a leader does, and you can't push people to do things. You have to lead people to do things. So for me, that has been my success. I have always been able to give leadership, work with people, find their shortcomings. I tell it like it is. I don't sugarcoat and tell people you're a nice guy. If you're not doing your job, then you will hear it from me. But at the same time, if you're a hard worker, you need help, we'll always help you. So I don't believe in breaking people. I believe in making people. That's why I congratulated the 300 and something people who are here, because I am impressed that you guys are interested in learning marketing and becoming great marketeers of Sri Lanka. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you so very much. Yes, thank you so very much, Mr. Govindasamy, for that answer. And you talked about leadership. Now, the statement which I was reading a while ago, you joined as the CEO to a plantation company, right? That is whatever the plantations. Then now, just to turn around this wonderful organization, right? I mean, it was privatized organization some time back. So now you have brought certain changes to make it better. So what are the, if you can tell us, briefly, what are the changes that you brought in to achieve this success?
Yeah, so in 1996, I was overseas. I was in the US. I was asked to come back and join whatever plantations. It was owned by a local company and the Indian conglomerate Tata's together on a 51-49 partnership. After I don't know how long, 30 years of government management, the company was probably, there was nothing more to go. It was at the bottom. People were at the bottom. The company's assets were at the bottom. The balance sheet was negative. I mean, you couldn't want any CEO, any person wouldn't want to take over a company like this and say, I want to become the CEO. I mean, that was the company that I took over. But one thing was for sure, the assets were fantastic, right? We had, 5,000-6,000 hectares of tea, 2,000 hectares of rubber, and another 1,000 hectares of palm oil. The palm oil was really old. So we put together a plan. One, we wanted to make sure we hired the right people. Two, whatever the people who didn't want to play the game had to leave the team. So we had to do a major cleanup, right? But we didn't throw any people on the street. We just made sure either you're in the team or outside the team. So the people who opted to be outside the team, we took care of them, we took care of the families, and we parted. Then we decided that there are 20 plantation companies, right? So either we just become another plantation company, or in marketing terms, you say just a me too, or we make a difference. So because of our partnership with the Tatas, we saw what they had done in India. They also have plantation companies. They had built a brand, right? Tata Tea as a name brand in India was very popular. And just like here, people were used to buying tea in a bag, what they call gotta or malla, right? You go to the shop and say, the gram desiyate, then the shopman will put 200 grams of some black kudu in a bag and give it to you. And that's what you took home as tea. And the only brand that was on the shelf was the Unilever brand, which was probably the worst tea there was. So we decided that the Sri Lankan people deserved a better cup of tea than the cup of tea they were drinking. I was not a marketer, I didn't know marketing, but that one thing I knew, we wanted to create a brand. We didn't want to depend on the auction system. Just to be another brand maker. So we came up with the tea brand called Zesta. I don't know how many of you heard the name Zesta. It's a popular brand today. And we took on the big brand at that time. We took on the big brand. We went from Zesta to creating Vatavalla Tea. Today, Vatavalla Tea is the single largest brand of tea in Sri Lanka with 35% market share. At that time, Unilever brands had 80% market share. Today, we are the single largest brand. Today, we have a third brand called Run Carter. And now we have introduced Vatavalla Ayurte. All together, we are the single branded tea producer in Sri Lanka. So we chose our destiny. We chose our destiny that, just don't want to become a plantation, but a brand builder and making sure that we really, wanted to give the deserving consumer a great cup of tea every day, and they'll remind when they drink that cup of tea that it's the same cup of tea every morning with that same freshness, the same quality, and that makes them feel good. Similarly, we moved from being a rubber producer, which was not making profit, to a palm oil producer. Today, we are the single largest palm oil producer. And that's the most profitable agricultural crop in Sri Lanka today, even though there's a lot of controversy over it. We can get on to another day, but that's what it is. So Medha, I hope
Yes, yes, so thank you so very much for that answer. And in your answer, we saw now you have created a brand, and that is going to be the single largest brand for tea, and again, single largest palm oil producer. I mean, these are huge changes in a company, right? Therefore, now when you develop these brands, I think the marketing element, brand management element, and people management element, all these elements are coming together when you develop a company like this. So being a group managing director, this is a massive company, a conglomerate. So so when now you are catering to different segments of customers, and again you are looking at different people also. So how you are going to strike a balance between the two, the recruitments and again your customer? Okay, so then always your recruitments have to be compatible with the requirements of your customers. So this is where marketing is going to be very important. So what do you think and what do you believe? What do you expect when you recruit a marketer to your organization?
So I think I'm going to reverse the question, Subodha. It is more than me recruiting the marketer. It's first of all the marketer or whoever must first be willing to choose Waterwala or Sunshine as an employer, right? So we had to do a lot of work building the brand name that Sunshine Holdings is a great place to work, that we look after people, we are a fair company, we treat people equally. We don't believe in race, religion, or sex, or political activity, etc. The only thing that you need to know to be in Sunshine or any of the Sunshine Group company is that you have to be a productive person, right? If you are able to do your job, then it doesn't matter where you come from or what you know or what you don't know. We will teach you, we will guide you, we will learn you, but few qualities you have to bring to the table. First of all, you must have the right attitude. We can teach you marketing, we can teach you skills, we can teach you language, we can teach you how to behave, how to dress, how to eat. Everything can be taught. But if you don't have the right attitude, right? If you don't get up in the morning and say, I am happy, I am going to go to work at Sunshine Holdings and do a good job of work today and give an honest time, then it's difficult. That I cannot teach you, right? Like this morning, all of you chose to get up and sign in and listen to this lecture. Nobody can force you, however much people forced you. If you didn't want to do it, if you didn't have the attitude, today, Sunday morning, you have children, you have so many things to do, right? So that's the right attitude. Once you have that attitude, the rest of it, we can teach, right? Of course, you have to bring to the table a lot of things, but I'm just trying to say fundamentally, you have to have a good attitude. You have to be willing to work hard. And I think most of all, you have to be a happy human being. If you're not a happy person, right? If you're always worried about what the other person is thinking about you, or how you're going to do this or that, you have to be happy. You have to be having a positive attitude. You have to want to achieve things in life, right? You have to want to make a difference in life, right? And you want to make sure that you're better than what you are today, a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. You can't be doing the same thing and be happy. You have to, it's like taking the horse to the water, right? You can, when a horse is thirsty, you can show the horse the water. But when the horse gets to the water, you can't make it drink. The horse has to drink it by itself, right? I hope most of you can understand my analogy, right? So there are things that you have to want to do. So to have a positive attitude and teach yourself good attitude, good behavior, and how you present yourself is something that you have to do. Skills, marketing, building networks, all that we can teach. But the fundamental things that I spoke about, you have to want to do.
All right, so thank you very much. So it's all about having a positive attitude. This is the number one component of becoming a professional marketer. I mean, not necessarily the marketer, but in also other segments also, the attitude what matters. Now, we heard that you have certain involvement with the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce in this section of your life. Now, you might have made a lot of Sri Lankan maybe medium level, small scale business communities. So what do you find? I mean, they complain about a lot of things, okay, about government problems. They don't have capital, they don't have this, they don't have that. So if someone is starting up a business, okay, now we have more than 300 participants today. I mean, everyone is not going to work for a company. Sometimes they might be having, they're just toying with their ideas to start something of their own. So now you being associated with a lot of Sri Lankan business communities through the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce. So what can you say about it?
Yeah, so my association with big, small, individual, large companies. Yes, there are lots of complaints, and Sri Lanka cannot be the only place there are complaints. You go to any part of the world. I have traveled the world. You go to any part of, there are complaints about the system. There are complaints about how the government, etc. So we are not any different. But fundamentally, you have to first of all know what you want to do. Right? If you're going to work for a company, then you need to know, okay, I'm going to go work for this company. I'm going to apply for a marketing job. And the next thing, this is what I want. You need to have some kind of a plan for the next 1, 3, 5 years, right? Basic plan. You have to change the plan, but you have to. Similarly, if you want to go into your own business, again, you need to have a plan, right? What business am I in? What is my product? What am I selling? Who is my customer, right? You can't decide to sell something to a customer what the customer does not want. Remember that, fundamental again, right? Customer is always king. You can decide your product is fantastic and you can have anything and everything you want. But if the customer rejects, right, doesn't matter. I can give you enough examples of big brands, right? I mean, I'll give you a very simple brand example. Toyota created Lexus, Nissan created Infiniti, right? How many of you know Infiniti? Everybody knows Lexus, right? Because Toyota knew what the customer wanted in Lexus, right? Nissan thought they can make Infiniti and tell customer, I have made Infiniti and you can buy it. So it doesn't work that way in marketing, right? You need to listen hard every day, every minute on what the customer wants. Why is Apple so popular today, right? Because Steve Gates did something that is completely different than any other computer maker, right? He made everything small, fit it in one box, right? When others, huge boxes came, right? Your little phone, your iPad, everything came in the slimmest white box, which appealed, right? And he did some magic, right? People started believing in it. He believed in sleek, right? And which is what people wanted. So to answer your question, Sumedha, is first of all, you need to plan. You need to understand who your customer is, who your consumers are, and then decide what you want to do, because you can have anything to sell, you can have anything to market, but if there is no taker, then you're in trouble. So the complaints come from people who don't have a plan, right? So even if you take a small farmer, right? If you take the farming community in Sri Lanka, just because one guy decides to grow bandaka today, the entire village decides to grow bandaka. So when the entire bandaka comes out, there is more bandaka than there is customers. What do? Right? Nobody told all of them to do the same thing. So, it's the herd mentality. Everybody thinks just because one guy is doing, everybody can do the same thing and get the fantastic results. Things don't work that way, right? So you need to have your individual plan. You need to have your monetary plan. You need to know how you're going to finance your plan. See, even in our lives, right? I hope if you're not doing it, after you will do. The people who don't balance their checkbooks at home, right? Between income and expense, right? This is how much I'm getting, this is how much I'm spending. And either you have a positive balance or a negative balance, right? If you have a negative balance, okay. If you are still a student, you need to get money from your parents or whatever, or you take a bank loan or whatever. You need to balance, right? You can't just, in Sinhala, I've heard one of the big speakers once say, the people who say Malli koede yanne and they say ohe. So if you say ohe, then that's where you're going. Nobody knows where you're going, right? So you have to decide, right? I am going here. I am going to climb Mount Everest. The guy who decides to climb Mount Everest, right, can't climb Mount Everest if he doesn't do all the right things and practice, and train, and then only you can go to Mount Everest, right? You can't decide tomorrow morning, I'm going to go to Mount Everest and climb Mount Everest. There's a big difference. Suppose I hope I'm just not keep on talking. So
thank you. Yes, thank
you
you
tell me
so much.
when to stop.
No, because it's always very interesting to hear someone like you, sir. Now this is something crossed my mind. This is a very popular saying: if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. So this is the not
100%. 100%.
Yeah. All right. So now when let's say someone is doing really good in Sri Lankan market, someone started a business, now he's doing really well. Now he's planning to go internationally. He's going to be tougher, have an approach to international markets. Now you are a person who has an experience and you have exposed yourself to international markets. So if someone is running his business in a really good state in Sri Lanka, so if he is willing to go to international markets, what would be your advice for them?
So first of all, I think everybody should try to approach an international market, because Sri Lanka is a small market. There are big markets out there, but you also need to first understand the risks involved in international markets. So first of all, you need to make sure your business is solid here, and your business here can fund your international exposure, right? If your base here is not strong enough, then you need to continue to build the base here. If you want to go international, then first of all, you choose the market, right? You usually choose a similar sized market as Sri Lanka first, so that you get some exposure. You don't go from here to a big market where you get lost. Right? So you choose the market, you choose a test market, and then decide how your market is going to work. Best is to always find a good partner, right? Because you don't, most of the time, language is different, how the consumer thinks is different, how they practice things are different. So you need to know the culture. You need to know how things work there, how people work there, how things. So a lot of that, you need to do a lot of research. You need to get a lot of data, right? Data on, for example, let's take tea. What type of tea does people in, say, for example, Singapore drink? Do they drink 3 cups of tea? Do they drink cold tea? Do they drink warm tea? Do they drink flavored tea? Do they drink tea in a kade outside, or do they drink tea at home? See, so many questions. So research, get data. Data is expensive, but at the same time, if you look hard, there are places you can find simple data first. Once you get the data, once you have some information, and if you're lucky to find a decent partner who can show you the ropes there, then go in again, test market. If it works, then you can go big. So that would be my advice for anybody who wants to go overseas.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, again, we are moving on to another question, and this is one of the most heard questions nowadays. Now, depending on the current situation, the COVID-19 situation. So this situation has created a lot of issues for everyone. I mean, in Sri Lanka, in some other countries, this is an international problem. So, so there are common problems in every business. Now they're facing a lot of issues, and everyone is complaining about this as well. And this is where the innovation comes into play. So maybe about this pandemic situation, and sometimes they complain about the government policies as well, and sometimes they complain about the infrastructure, and they complain about the way things are going on the country, and a lot of issues. I know it is we firmly understand that is a really tough situation for everyone. So now with your experience, so what would be the advice that you could give them to sustain or grow their business in a challenging situation like this, sir? So what would be your opinion in this?
Yeah, so COVID-19 is not very unique to Sri Lanka, right? Everybody, the whole world has COVID-19. So first of all, you have to understand this is not only Sri Lanka, the whole world is going through this. My advice is for people with business, people who are listening, preserve your savings. Okay, first of all, you need to have savings. Now, any company, any individual, any country that has had good savings and reserves are not finding it difficult, right? So this is the time when you use your reserves to make sure to complement the difficulties that you're facing. Now, if you're an individual who has been living on credit cards and borrowings, spending more than what you earn, a thing like this will wipe you out. Similarly, a company, same, right? If you just extended a lot of credit, and did a lot of things without a plan and had a lot of bank borrowings, then difficult. Similarly, a country with a lot of debt is finding difficult. Now, countries that have a lot of reserves, they're able to give back money to their citizens and help them during this thing. So that is the theme. One thing, I mean, today it's pandemic with COVID virus. Tomorrow it can be who knows? There are so many natural disasters, right? That you and I can't predict. So in any individual company or country, we have to always have a plan when things are not good, right? We have to build reserves. I think that's why a thing called savings accounts were created for people so that when there is, I mean, never mind COVID, you can have a disease that you don't plan for, right? You can have a fall, you can have a bad accident, anything can happen. So you have to plan yourself that if something happens, that, the next thing will work. So for example, even life insurance, people don't believe in life insurance, but life insurance comes in handy for your family if something bad were to happen, right? I mean, who knows? Anybody can get into a bad accident. So you can't leave a wife and a child without any future. So these are all time-tested things that we have. So we just need to practice those things than simply complaining about the government or about the company or etc. Like I will say, if you point one finger like this, there's three fingers pointing at you. So no need to point fingers. You just need to look inside. Most of the time we look outside. You need to look inside whether you are doing everything right. If you are doing everything right, you should be able to get on with life.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Govindasamy. Now, every word you uttered, because we've discussing now for about around 45 minutes. So every word you uttered is a gem. So thank you so very much, sir. Now, we are moving on to the question and answer session. So our friends, now we have more than 300 participants. So if you do have questions, gray areas of what we discussed in the conversation or the discussions, you can post those questions to Mr. Govindasamy. I think you can unmute your microphone and you can talk to Mr. Govindasamy, maybe in Sinhalese language, maybe in English, Tamil, any language, I guess. We have more than 323 participants.
So good morning. This is Harsha Pereira.
Good morning, Harsha. Yes.
Yeah. Just actually, I would like to know that you said that when it's come team with the 5 different fingers. So when we doing a project, so we believe that everybody is giving a right direction. So, but few of them have different scenario, different. I mean, say that අපි දකින්න ඒගොල්ලෝ හරි දේ කියනවා කියලා, but sometimes they have a different mindset to avoid the project in a good manner. So how we are define that everybody is in our I mean ඒගොල්ලෝ අපිත් එක්කම ඉන්නවා මේ project එක කරනවා කියන කොහොමද අපි team එකක් එක්ක ඉන්නකොට ඒක තේරුම් ගන්න සර්?
Harsha, thank you. මම මේම හිතන්නේ ඕගොල්ලන් අර කණ්ඩායම choose කරනකොටම හරි කණ්ඩායමක් choose කරගන්න ඕනේ. මේ ඔක්කොම එක විදියට think කරන මේ එක විදියට කියන්නේ different ideas තියන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි the goal should be one, right? දැන් අපි අපේ cricket කණ්ඩායමක් ගත්තත් එහෙමයිනේ. win කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා හිතලා plan කරලා එතනට ගියාම ඒගොල්ලන්ට දිනු කරන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි එක එක්කෙනා ඒගොල්ලන් විකට් ගණ්ඩායි මම 50ක් ගහන්නයි එහෙම හිතාගෙන යනකොට මේක දුන්නත් හරි පෙරදුනත් හරි මට මේ පඩි හම්බ වෙනවා කියලා ගියාම මේ ගේම් එක දිනන්නේ නැහැ. ඒකෙන්ද අර ඉස්සල්ලාම ලීඩර් කැප්ටන් ඒකට ඩිරෙක්ෂන් එකක් දෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කණ්ඩායම චූස් කරන්නෙත් ඒ ලීඩර්. හරිද? ඉතින් ඒ වගේ ඔයා කිව්වා වගේ දෙතුන් දෙනෙක් ඒ ටීම් එකේ හරි නැත්නම් ඒක අයින් කරලා අපි තව ටීම් එකක් දාගන්න ඕනේ. ඉතින් ඒක එහෙම කරොත් තමයි අර ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එක අපි මේ හරියට කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක it's a continuous process. එකපාරට කියන්න බෑ මේගොල්ලන් මේ අපි මේ 6 දෙනෙක් කණ්ඩායම ඉන්නවා කියම එක්කෙනෙක් මේ වෙනස් විදියට ඉන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් අපි ඒක මාරු කරලා තව එක්කෙනෙක් දාගෙන ඉදිරියට යන්න ඕනේ.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Got it.
Right. Thank you very much, Harsha. I think ඒ වගේ ඇත්තටම දැන් Mr. Govindasamy ගැන කතා කරනකොට කියන වටවල plantation මේ ගොඩාක් companies ඒ කියන්නේ අනිත් පැත්ත හැරෙවුවා කියලා කිව්වොත් නේද turn around කරා කිව්වොත් ඒ කියන්නේ හොඳ පැත්තට. ඒ කියන්නේ ගොඩාක් හොඳ වෙනසක් ගෙනල්ලා තියෙනවා companies වලට. ඉතින් මටත් මතකයි දැන් බටවල හිතේ තියෙන හොඳම කාරණේ මේ marketing campaigns මම හිතන්නේ that is ඒක ඇත්තටම සිංහලෙන් කිව්වහම නිකන් හිතේ කහටක් තියා ගන්නවා කිව්වෙන් පස්සේ ඒක වෙනමම අර්ථයක් දෙන්නේ. නමුත් ඒක marketing වලට හරි ලස්සන විදියට පාවිච්චි කළා. You have utilized the concept just to help the brand to grow. ඒ බ්‍රෑන්ඩ් එක ඒකෙන් තමයි grow උනේ. හැමතැනම අපි දැක්ක billboards තියෙනවා. එතකොට ටීචර්ස්ලා තමයි ඒක endorse කරන්නේ. ටීචර් කෙනෙක් තමයි කතා කරන්නේ. එතන social ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ responsibility එකක් එක්කනේ ඒගොල්ලෝ කතා කරන්නේ. ඉතින් මේ වගේ පුංචි පුංචි elements ගොඩාක් දේවල් එකතු වෙලා තමයි මේ brands develop වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් මම හිතන්නේ මේ වගේ ගොඩක් දේවල් ඇත්තටම marketing ඉගෙන ගැනීම තුලින් තමයි මෙයාට ඒ කියන්නේ මේ ළමයින්ට අපිට ideas ගන්න පුළුවන්. කොහොමද සාමාන්‍ය ඒ කියන්නේ ජනවහරේ තියෙන දේවල් මාකටිං වල පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ ඉවන කියලා කියනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ සාමාන්‍ය දිනදා කතා කරන දේවල් අරන් එනවා මාකටිං එලිමන්ට් එකක් විදිහට ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එකක් ඩෙවලොප් කරන්න. So these are the things that you should learn out of it. and I think අපි කතා කරා අද දවස් ඇතුළත ඒ කියන්නේ මාකටර් කෙනෙක් වෙන්නේ කොහොමද? එතකොට හරි ඇටිටියුඩ් එකක් තියාගන්න. ඉතින් මේව ගැන තව ප්‍රශ්න මම හිතන්නේ තියෙන්න පුළුවන් අපේ participants ලට.
Hello. Sir, I am Udita. Nowadays, there's a trend about social media. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Udita.
Now, there's a trend these days about social media marketing and digital marketing. So, what do you think about is the mass media or the social media the most efficient way to express a message and interact with customers? According to you,
Well,
sir.
I can tell you this. Today, I don't know whether it's the only thing, but definitely if you ignore social media, I don't think you can win in the marketplace, because there is a whole generation today that only takes part in the social media, right? So today's youngsters from the age of say 8 to 15 or 20 is on Instagram. So if you're not present in Instagram, if you're not present in Facebook, or if you're not present in the different social media, you cannot be competitive. But doesn't mean that that's the only way to go, but you have to be present there.
All right.
I hope that answers your question. Yeah.
And
Thank you, sir.
do we have thank you and do we have more questions? Do we have
Yes. Yes.
morning,
Yes.
sir. Excuse me.
Good morning. Yes. Go.
Yeah, go ahead, Maurice.
Yeah. Sir. Good morning. I'm Maurice.
Morning.
So, sir, you said you developed watermelon plantations from scratch, right? So, when you do something like that, என்ன மாதிரி strategies நீங்க யூஸ் பண்ணீங்க? How did you build that? Like, what was your driving force, and how did you build that?
No, Maurice, if you heard what I said before,
Yes, sir.
there were 20 plantation companies, right? So all plantation companies were growing tea, growing rubber, growing something. And the only thing that how they were selling their tea is putting the tea in the auction. So we were price takers, right? We cannot make the price, because we go to the auction, then whoever gives the price, you have to take the price. So if you listen to me carefully, that's what I said. We wanted to make sure we are different from the 19 other plantation companies. So that was the first strategy, right? We wanted to be different. We also wanted to control our destiny. We didn't want somebody else to control our destiny. If you let the price to be decided in the tender, then you are letting somebody else control your destiny. We wanted to control our destiny, right? So we were producing about 10 million kilos of tea. Today, whatever plantations and Sunshine Holdings sells 6 million kilos of branded tea every year. So you see 60% of your total production is value added, right? A tea that you will sell at the auction for say 300-400 rupees is selling for 2,000 rupees in the market because of the value addition. So it's a big change, right? So the strategy was to make sure that you are just not a me too. You are something different than the others. So that was the strategy.
You made the competition irrelevant.
if you say so. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
thank you very much, Maurice.
yeah, I have a follow-up question. So,
No,
when
let's
you
give somebody else a chance. No, we'll come back to you if you don't mind.
okay, sir, no worries.
I think
And,
one Eranga Mendez's hand is up. I don't know, somebody else has user. I don't know who's user.
yes.
Excuse me, good morning.
Morning, Eranga Mendez, your hand is up. You want to ask the question?
So this is Zaki.
Okay.
Sir, what is your take-home message for young aspiring marketers that are prone to be influenced by the seniors with negative thoughts? Now, for example, I had a challenging thing. I was appointed as a fresher for a marketing position in a pharmaceutical company as well. And I had a lot of negative comments about the job and how the industry works and how it used to be good back in the days, and in nowadays how it is, in what state it is now. So for those that are prone to be influenced by those negative thoughts, what are your messages?
Zaki, it's like this. End of the day, you have to do your own research, right? If you are interested to be in the pharmaceutical industry, you have to study the pharmaceutical industry today and see whether this is an industry that will survive whatever the bad, negative things whoever is telling you, right? As far as I know, the pharmaceutical industry has been there since Sri Lanka has been there. Today, I don't think anybody can live without medicine, right? So going forward, pharmaceutical industry or the healthcare industry will be a strong industry to be in. Whether it will be the same type of medicines that we are drinking today or different type, that could change. But an industry will always be there. So you have to convince yourself. It doesn't matter what your senior or junior is telling. That's what I said. What is your gut telling you? Am I going to survive in this industry? Am I going to learn about this industry? What is my knowledge in the pharmaceutical and healthcare industry? What am I going to do for myself to enhance my knowledge, right? Whether that senior tomorrow may not be around, but if you decide that this is what I'm going to do, right? And then you need to enhance yourself. So you don't need to be discouraged by a disgruntled senior, right? You need to do what is best for you.
Yes, sir, understood.
Remember what I said. You look within first. Don't look outside. You look inside first.
Definitely, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And can we have Mr. Eranga Mendez? I think we can give you a chance.
Thank you very much. Good morning, sir. This is Eranga.
Yeah, morning.
Good morning, sir. I am a creative conceptualizer. So what I do is I am able to think of the solution before the problem comes. I'm not sure whether it makes sense, but I can do that in the sense. So right now, I actually have thought of a concept where combining both the normal media and the digital media. So what I have thought was now on the.
What's your question, Eranga?
Yeah. So the thing is, when a person like that, these kind of very high, very futuristic innovation brings to the table, to execute, you need like very in the sense, no one actually knows where to start or like which stakeholders should take this. So I have come across like because see the thing is either
you haven't asked me a question, Eranga. You're stating a statement. I think best you form a question and ask me a question that I can answer to you. I'm finding it difficult to understand what your question is.
Right.
All
so
right.
Yeah. No, see the question is like sorry, that's what I said. I need to first tell what the solution is. Is that okay if I tell it?
Go ahead. I have no problem. I'm just, if you have a question, I can answer your question.
Right.
But sorry, I hope I didn't disturb your thought, but I was just trying to answer what your question was.
Right. No, so the solution what I thought was, now, as you know, in the TV commercials, they are extremely expensive, right? So what, and also the people are now moving towards the digital media rather than the normal media. So what I thought was, during a commercial break, when we can pop up a QR code, and when you scan it from your mobile, it gives a it can through the QR code, it will give you a discount. So this is like, you can really target your target audience. For example, let's say Travel with Chatur. So Travel with Chatur Kedi, Chatur goes into a hotel. So when at that time the QR code will pops up, and hello.
Eranga.
Yeah.
ඔයාගේ ප්‍රශ්න පොඩක් කෙටි කරලා අපිට අහන්න පුළුවන් නම් කියන්නේ මම හිතන්නේ ඉතාමත් හොඳයි ඒක.
ඕනේ මට දැන් මේ මම කියන්නේ දැන් මේ වගේ අලුත් ඉනෝවේෂන් එකක් ගෙනාවම ලංකාවේ මොන වගේ කට්ටියටද දාන්න කියන එක මට ඒ කියන්නේ හරි ඩිරෙක්ෂන් එකක් නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක මාකටිං ටීම් එකකට දෙනවද, ඒක නැත්නම් ඒක මොකද ඒක ඉනෝවේෂන් එකක් ඉන්න මිනිස්ට්‍රි ඔෆ් ඉනෝවේෂන් එකටද, නැත්නම් ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක ගා එක ස්ටේක් හෝල්ඩර්ස්ලා මේ බලන ඇන්ගල්.
So Eranga, let me take a shot. I think you have some very specialized ideas, right? You're probably finding it to, who do I take this and pitch it to, right? So my suggestion for you is put your thoughts together very clearly and precisely on a piece of paper, right? And then, end of the day, if you remember what I said, it doesn't matter magic you have. If there is no taker, your magic is no good, right? So you need to find who your takers are, right? Whether it's a company, whether it's a consumer, whether it's another marketing firm, whether it's a TV station. So identify who your stakeholders are, and then pitch it, right? And you need to make the pitch very, so you have, I'm sure you have some fantastic thoughts. You need to put it down on paper, right? And rehash it until you get your pitch right. And once your pitch is right, and then go find the stakeholders, and then they pitch, see how it goes. Okay.
Thank you.
Right.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Govindasamy, and thank you very much, Eranga, for your question. මං හිතන්නේ අපි මේ වැඩසටහන පැයකට තමයි සූදානම් කරලා තිබුණේ. ඉතින් වැඩසටහන තුළ අපි කතා කරපු දේවල් සාරාංශයක් කිව්වොතින් අපි ඇත්තටම කතා කරා මාකටර් කෙනෙක් වෙන්නේ කොහොමද ටර්න් අරවුන්ඩ් කරන්නේ කම්පැනි එකක්, මේ එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් එක මිස්ටර් ගෝවින්දසාමි අපිත් එක්ක ෂෙයා කරා, අපිත් එක්ක බෙදා හදාගත්තා. ඒ වගේම අපි කතා කරා හැපි එම්ප්ලොයි කෙනෙක්, ඒ වගේම තමයි රයිට් ඇටිටියුඩ් එක ගැන කතා කරා, ඔන්ටර්ප්‍රිනර්ෂිප් ගැන කතා කරා. එතකොට ඉන්ටර්නැෂනල් මාකට්ස් වලට කොහොමද අපි යන්නේ, අප්‍රෝච් එකක් ගන්න කොහොමද, මේ වගේ ගොඩක් දේවල්. We discussed the different elements of a business. Okay, so then I think this has been a very fruitful conversation, and I hope everyone enjoyed this conversation and the discussion, and you got a lot of value out of it. මං හිතන්නේ final thought එකක් විදියට, sir, do you have anything to say as your final message? Now it's 10:35.
Yeah, so first of all, again, thank you for giving me this opportunity to be with all of you this morning, and hope whatever things I discussed helps you in your future destinies. So my final thoughts are, as marketeers, remember some of the great names that who have made brands, right? I just this morning, I just thought for myself, what are the great brands that, come to my mind? So I thought of, Kiko Toyoda, who created the Toyota brand. And I thought of Steve Jobs. I thought of Richard Branson, who has created the Virgin brand. Elon Musk, Porsche, who created the Porsche brand, Samsung, Bill Gates, Carl Benz. These are some old, bugged, big brands that are still part and parcel of our life today. Similarly, if you take some brands that have disappeared, you take a brand like Kodak, or you take a brand like Pan Am, or you take a brand like Eastern Airlines, they have disappeared. So as brand builders, marketeers in the future, you have to always think, the successful brands who continue to innovate, continue to change things, and continue to keep the customer on their feet and making sure they want your brand, right? You need to not make a customer happy. In today's words, I think they say you need to make a customer delightful, beyond happy, right? So that's what I think young people like you, who needs to think every day that you are going to delight the customer, make them happy, make them think of you. You yourself, if you take you are a brand, right? How you behave, how you dress, how you pitch yourself to the public, right? So you are a brand yourself. So if you can't look after yourself, your health, how you look, these are big. Networking is all about how you impress people, your first impression, right? So these are lots of these things you have to look after yourself. So those are my final thoughts to you. Be healthy, be strong, be smart, and be innovative, and good luck.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Vish Govindasamy. And that concludes our conversation or the discussion today. Finally, let me thank Mr. Vish Govindasamy. He's the Group Managing Director, Sunshine Holdings PLC, and he's the Chairman of Ceylon Chamber of Commerce. So now your name is VISH Vish Govindasamy, but I wish you WISH, wish you all the very, very best for your future endeavors, because you have been so humble, you have been so nice to everyone. Therefore, thank you so very much, sir, for your time today and for sharing your experience and expertise too. Okay, and I would like to thank Dr. Pradeep Edward. He's the advisor to the Business Development Slim, and he's one of our eminent past presidents, and he's the CEO and Executive Director of Sadahartha Group of Companies. Thank you very much, Dr. Edward. Thank you very much, Mr. Vish Govindasamy. And at the same time, I wish each and everyone who joined, because without your support, without your presence, this event wouldn't have become a success. So it was a very successful event, very successful discussion because of your efforts and because of your presence. And the organizing committee, my team, Anuka, Hirini, and all the people who supported from Slimmen. Thank you so very much. And I wish you all the very best.
So,
and
yeah. So, please introduce our Pawan to the, yeah.
I'm sorry. Yes, Pawan. Yes, I think Pawan has something to share with our audience. Now it's over to you, Pawan. So thank you very much, everyone.
Yeah, Subodha, thank you very much. So, Aiboan, good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to pay my gratitude for those who have shown they are interested in following the postgraduate diploma in marketing management program. So I believe enrolling the PhD program will be another milestone in your professional career. So if I am to introduce myself, I am Pawan Hettiarachige, manager, Slim Business School. So today we have organized this interim briefing session with the hope of providing a better understanding about the program features, including the way of referring the ebooks effectively. So now now I will share my presentation with you all. Okay, before moving forward, let me talk about the institute, the awarding body for the qualification, Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, SLIM, Sri Lanka Alivikarana Ayatane. This is the principal body which organizes many national events in Sri Lanka. I think you may heard about these things: Slim Nielsen People's Award, Slim Brand Excellence, FE Award Sri Lanka, and the National Sales Congress. And along with the other key featuring events, the main objective is organizing these events is develop and uplift the marketing fraternity in Sri Lanka. So our vision is to lead the nation's efforts towards economic prosperity. Mission is to establish marketing as the driving force which enhance business and national value. We do have national obligation to promote and uplift the standards in the industry. Therefore, we are conducting many national activities in every year. Last year also, we have launched the Restart Sri Lanka program in collaboration with the Prime Minister's office in Sri Lanka. And this year also, we have lined up so many new initiatives which is coming under the tagline of Future Ready Sri Lanka. So apart from that, SLIM is conducting 15 prestigious education programs. Among them, the postgraduate diploma in marketing management is one of the most sought after marketing qualifications in Sri Lanka. The postgraduate diploma in marketing management is a unique program which offers prospective students and practitioners of marketing an opportunity to learn and apply theoretical concepts in marketing for day-to-day business situations. The qualification consists of 4 levels: diploma in marketing management, higher diploma in marketing management, graduate diploma in marketing management, and the postgraduate diploma in marketing management. So the program structure, the duration of the first level to the third level will be 4 months each. The final level will last for 6 months. Total duration for the program is 1.5 years. For each level, there are 4 modules, and for each module, there are specific reference reading materials which are available in the SLIM Pearson e-library. So as I told previously, there are 4 modules for each level, and for the level 1, diploma in marketing management, there are 4 modules. They are principles of marketing, influencing consumer behavior, digital marketing landscape, and the management and communication for business. So 40 teaching hours have been allocated for each modules. So up to now, I have given the briefings about the qualification, program structure, and the module specification for level 2. Now, let's move into the entry criteria. So there are many criteria to enroll for the program. The first one is the GCE A-level category. If you have minimum 3 passes in one sitting at the GCE A-level examination or equivalent, you may enroll for the program. Or else, if you have done only the GCE O-level, you need to have 5 years working experience in marketing or sales industry with a pass mark for English language proficiency test. Or else, if you have already completed any other professional or academic qualification, you may also enroll for the program with the exemptions. So at the time of registration, you need to submit these documents. This may depends on your entry criteria, but basically you need to submit the NIC copy and your photographs and education certificate copies according to your entry criteria and the service letters. Documents can be submitted as the soft copies. So registration number, this is very important. So you will be given a registration number at the point of registration. This number will have to be quoted in all the assignments, examination scripts, and in any other corresponding with the SLIM, with the institute. A sample of the registration number you can see in the screen now, this number containing the 10 digits. So if we look the qualification at a glance, so the coaching sessions will be conducted online via Microsoft Teams. So the total duration for the program will be 18 months. Access will be granted for digital library for every student, and flexible schedule is available. Student may select either weekday or weekend schedule. So once you have successfully complete all the components of the qualification, you will be awarded the postgraduate diploma in marketing management at the annual graduation ceremony. Let's move on to the important part of the presentation. So Slim Pearson e-library access. So now you can see in this screen now, there are 3 steps to be followed for the registration. So basically the students, those who have registered for the program, and they need to submit the relevant documents. After that, making the relevant coaching payment, the student will be granted the access for the Slim Pearson e-library. Step 1 is log into the e-library platform by using the given URL, or else download the Pearson e-library application from Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Then the second step is enter the username and the password provided by Slim. So this username and password will be provided to you once you complete your documentation process, and after making the payments, coaching payments, you will be granted the necessary access. So the step 3 is you will be directed to home screen of the Pearson e-library. So this is the sample home screen for our Pearson e-library. So now let me make a demonstration on how to use the Pearson e-library effectively. For that, actually, I will use if you are using the desktop or the laptop, please open your internet browser and sorry, copy this URL and paste here. Here, likewise, then you need to put your username here. Let's type. Then press continue. And again, you need to put your password. Then press sign in. So this is the home screen of the Slim Pearson e-library. Now here you can see the two components here, my bookshelf and the institute library. So please click on the, at the moment there are no books available in my bookshelf. So please click on the institute library. Here, then you can see the entire book which are subscribed for the PhD program. At the moment, there are 12 books available. This is not only for the level 1, and even the books are available for the level 2, 3, and 4 as well. Once we scroll down here, you may see the entire books which is available for in the bookshelf. Now I will take some example. This consumer behavior. This book is the recommended reading material for the level 1 at ICB module, influencing consumer behavior. This is the recommended reading material for the principles of marketing module and the modern management concepts and skills. This is the reference reading materials which is recommended for the MCB module at level 1. Here I will take this book as example. Now, first of all, you need to subscribe this book to your bookshelf. In order to do so, you need to press this icon with the, you can see here with the plus mark. Yes, then click on the icon. Then the message pop up as like you can see in the screen now, add this book to my bookshelf. Press OK. Then the book added, and also likewise you may subscribe these books as well, which is the recommended reading material for the level 1. Now let's move on to my bookshelf. Here now you can see the subscribed books available in the my bookshelf. For now I will take this consumer behavior book for an example, and how to the way of referring the ebooks, and I need to explain it to you all. So first you need to click on this book, then it will be loaded and it will take some time. Right, okay. Now the important factor is you don't have to refer the book page by page. Instead, you may directly refer the content of the particular book and click on the relevant chapter. Then you will direct it to the specific page. Now here you can see this icon here, menu icon. Please click on the menu icon. Then, as I told previously, the content for this particular books is already here. So now here you can see the entire content for this book, the chapter 1 and chapter 2 and up to chapter 15 is available here. Now easily you can refer the relevant chapter from here. Now let's take an example. If you need to refer the chapter 3, you may expand this, then automatically the submodules which is coming under the chapter 3 also appeared in the content page. Now imagine that you need to refer the system of needs content, then please click on the system of needs. It will automatically direct at the relevant page here. Now we are in the page number 112. So please close the content page now. Now here you can see the page number 112. Now there are other options available. Now you can see here the icon display setting. So basically you can select the display mode. If you need to refer the 2 pages in a given one single window, you may select the 2 pages. Then the 2 pages available in the window, like I think you all can see this. And now if you need to zoom in, you also can do it likewise this. Okay, then I will put the default method, the single page, and now this is the page. And again, now important thing is when you are reading the book, you may find some important text which will be required to refer again and again in the future. So what you need to do is putting a bookmark to the relevant page, and also if you need to add some customized note, you also can do it, and to the paragraph, that option also available. Let's look into it. If you need to put bookmark for page 111, here you can see the mark, the icon here. Please click on the icon. Then it will be automatically saved in the e-library. Now we have put the bookmark for page 111. And again, if you need to highlight few text and if you need to add the customized note according to your choice, you also can do it. Let's do it, and I will do it as an example. If I need to highlight this area, yeah, you can do it, and you may select the any color, and let's do it. And likewise, if you need to put some note here, you can do it. I will put the markers for this important. Now you may save this. It will be automatically saved in the e-library. Likewise, there are many options available, so you also can try these options. Once you get the access for the Pearson e-library here, you can use the any color. Likewise, if you need to put some circle here, you can do it. And if you need to put some square, yeah, you can do it. Likewise, you may do a lot of things in the Pearson e-library. Then now we have put the bookmark for page number 111, and we have already put some customized notes there. Then once we refer the book again and again in the future, so you can see here again please click the icon menu, and here you can see these 2 options, history and the notebooks. So let's click on the history icon. Then here you can see the bookmark pages. If you click on this, it will be directly automated to the page number 111. And if you need to remove the bookmark, you also can do it. So these are the history, and if you need to put the notes which we have already put here, that option also available. So likewise, students, so what I need to tell is actually referring reading materials via online is easier than referring the hard copies. So you may have the access at any time, anywhere. And please try these features once you got the access for the Pearson e-library. So once you refer the book and at the end of the relevant semester, you can unsubscribe the relevant book and return to the institute library, and you may select the relevant reference reading material for the next modules as well. So even while you are traveling, you have an access for the Pearson e-library. So this is very convenient method. So let's look at this video, which is include the step-by-step guidelines on how to use the Pearson e-library.
sliding it about So now
you have a very good understanding about the institute and the qualification. So please share these informations with your colleagues and other relative staff. So ask them to enroll with the SLIM postgraduate diploma in marketing management program. So if you have already registered for the program, please select your coaching subjects and ask for the Pearson e-library access. And this program is available at our all branches, Colombo, Kandy, and Madara. And if you are from the other regions, this program also conducted at our accredited study centers, Trincomalee, Ratnapura, Bandaravela, and the Kurunagala. So thank you very much for logging to the today's session and wish you all the very best. Thank you very much. And Subodha, over to you.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone is.
Sir, I have
yeah.
a small question.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Come on. Yes.
Sir, you have clearly said that if you are already completed a academic or professional qualification, there are exemptions, right?
Yes.
So can you tell me briefly about those exemptions and how does those work?
Yeah, for example, now imagine that you have already completed the marketing special degree, then you will be exempted first two levels, level 1 and the level 2. And another thing is if you have the master qualifications, again you will be exempted level 1 and level 2. And if you have already completed the SLIM qualification prior to enrolling in the SLIM PG, for example, now we have our NDSM program, National Diploma in Sales Management, and even the Diploma in Strategic Brand Management. There are exemptions available. So please check with the exemptions at the point of registration. So if you have already completed any qualification, professional, it may be professional qualification or the university, state university degree, you may apply for the exemption. So what you need to do is actually you need to complete the registration form. There is a specific registration form for that. And along with the registration form, you need to submit your transcript. And the transcript and the final degree or any other certificates available. Then after that, you may apply for the exemption. So the respective coordinator will inform you the what are the exempted subjects which already have been awarded. That's
okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Got it.
All right. Thank you very much, Pawan, and thank you very much, everyone. Pawan is a manager, SLIM Business School. So that is a wonderful presentation on e-library and other stuff about our postgraduate diploma in marketing management program. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, it was a very fruitful event. That was a success because of you. So truly meet once again. Let me say thank you so very much and enjoy the rest of the day. Good luck.